Mr. Lynch, knives, will be knife, whatever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David. Not David Lynch. It's December 11, 2025. It's Tuesday evening, posso dire, totally clear, fancy clean, totally clear, scan, to see on general, to see the rest. No, it's 11, there, 13 and 13 and 47. 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. This means it's really soft, perché this period is soft sarcastic adjectives for the autumn to spring periods. Support for your seco, as because on serious effect, John on last June 17 and for years, so effect, really past the furious what the boss as regard the last past summer, summer no, I remember, I think, follow the mini past summer, I think, on body. Also effect, many weeks ago we entered in autumn, now in fact, also for the autumn, for years what the boss, top is not for the other two seasons, winter and spring, because in that 20 cases, 30 years, pratically le intendi si will enter also in winter, also for the winter become 4 years what the boss, as perhaps someone no remember, I think, on body, so body, which you suppose indeed. I'm sure. Try to remember the things for the same. So at the same time, my purpose, perché ti piace tu, cioè io aspettano per me, e dai due su due collaboration so for the winter spring exam, it's fact for winter so the adjective cold for spring once again the adjective soft for exam the adjective hot so that's in general for the season servire classic adjective I hear the greenies at least for me or something così if you read absolutely and compliment surely for this period for two reasons. For the first one consists in the passage from the summer to the autumn, the second one most important last infinity and change the temperature of the breeze after many weeks ago into which now the area completely changed its completely breeze dove if not pleasant surely really good but with the area meaning same temperature of the breeze so the summer and with the area meaning the same temperature of the breeze so the summer all these things makes the condition situation completely not pleasant repeat surely really good at least for me because I don't feel cold like people but when it comes to winter I can expect this thing because I really experience better this thing in general in the past years during winter weather reports for the past years so also for when it comes to winter I can experience better this thing where in fact I don't know for the people from late think not because I feel cold from late I think oh yes I don't know this depends on them whatever in general for me was good. Still, I'm not a scatter, I'm going to for sure. Se mi think just before a visit, it's really beautiful. Artisti seems like I'm beautiful, some things on this. Ingeri di Affren, I think at temperature 76, it's just before 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. Ah, the temperature is atmosphere, it's not cheap. Today, we are, it's beautiful. Isn't any is not visible because it's still behind the palaces, now I'll see already three things for little until come out sunshine, sun and sunshine, the first things record, I'll sing for the same classical Napoletan song, Sole Mio, because this thing is speaking a bit of a better extract from the song, Sole Mio, because this thing is speaking a bit of a man who last but some remember, I think, everybody. So, tu sola, più bello di me, sola mia, s'affronta te, sola mia, s'affronta te, dice che s'affronta me, s'affronta te. E si fa che musicale non si c'è, non c'è nemmeno. Se continua, fa che ti sciogli, se c'è il chiamato che piace su base scena, nel senso, nel third thing, it's impossible, se la persona non ripeto, dice che it's possible, di una più la crisi, tu che sei, I guess when until now, since the period, which was for more than 40 years ago, in fact, last Saturday of October, in fact, already been known for 11 for other, Sun Sky for other 3 hours, no, 2 hours and 45 minutes, or less in comparison to the American version, è completely different schedule. Quella su sinistra, è stata medico quindi è stata scurtini, questo è il strano che può essere di si è stata curtini, non le differenze calore nel flower factor calore del secondo per il gold calore del first one was pink and then it is if not pink it's similar no if you can read the title well this shot near behind me I think yes or if not from this other pratica se first surely better from this other first part of the shot video which cioè per usual I show to you the weather the sky atmosphere in general from the window. A dovere, la soluzione in the room, lo sono. Io ho the new white curtain with the green flowers, longer flowers mix with new plants. This is a new curtain last number one, but things also the birthday of the previous, the third birthday in this case, previous the beautiful girl with the beautiful pentaplation, that's ripen all the, yes, this single button passage, the meter in general, see one of my comments and review, it should be first comment or the point 2 or 3 in first comment, see comment section. I don't know if you can see it well, okay, surely you can see it well from this shot that I show also the practical the same shot I showed you for the this curtain before the first part of the video which I showed you or through which per usual I showed you the sky the weather the sky that was in general from the other window. Oh, also, from this pratically it's a shot similar to classic shot film in more than 3 years ago for the curtain, but also for the first curtain, the color of the curtain, ma parting still in the cover image of the vision. One day as I should change it, and to this shot to related this fact but for the reason the glory shooter also the reason but more when the reason the effect is measured. I'll see read alla little speech sentence perché non si chiede riduce for the curtain, non si chiede per also for the first curtain color. Don't remember in this case also in this case and also now for this new curtain also I led the series the speech sentence this is but also and always better visible for me its entity green shot at 6 seconds shot. As regarding conosciuto su attivismo, fortemente sì, attivismo since the first days of October or the end of September, I don't remember, should also do the activism, but also for the conosciuto I led all the center for the team because also for it, I repeat, once again, Si dice, but also and always better visible for me, means sentire cliente shot. At si fa viene shot. And finally, Roma mediocre Magic Sunday 40 PG. Se cosa dovete fare? Also, di che si viene shot. Va, che siamo due people, conosciamo, poi se le chiedi che ora. Sono una buona sister. Sono myself. Tosso beschise. And finally, I hope you all get breakfast. It's late in general, also mas. Da quando si late mi formasse, tipo l'importante è fare fare ragazzi, sembrano tre, tu sei salvo in fact back finitene assemblea. Esatto vita. Finitene parte in dette di tu su essere. Sin che troviamo di regole, sembrano tre. Isso sarà ciò. Lo ripeto, lo dico, lo si cardiaco, le tue sono mers. Ed è just roll gli obisi, just roll in code, tartini forti siamo. Minus. Bata, l'impresa tengo di sciolti sempre di attenzione a me, also dei fortunati sono, brillanti. Da, so sì. E che fa, sono le mosse, del tempo dal fuoco, assolutamente. Sono senza minimo ma sto mania, adesso ci abitare, dire, si mette, sono io, dammi, avevo il suo conto di che avevo lo sto conto di single, che fa che release on Friday, ci should be damn, però avevo promesso io, one time, sono io, dammi, ci potresti io, avessi detto, di c'è stato le things, fresano un shot, due sei inizio gioco, poi sono detto che ma sto mania, siamo vicini, fresare bisco, sarà mai favorite, fa che nella mia come su bisco, consiglia, fica trovare mai non ti pensi cartare su bisco, sarà gioco, ci poi infatti mi sì, questo è fatto biscuits, o mi sta lì. In particolare, cartoon si vede nella lista sono 4.000 che fa 4 shot non è che si trova film. Ma tu sai su che shot e fai concentrati con shot fragment video, se non shot ne vieni fino a sta fin che fai 6 months. Se si usa lo sto codice il bisand piro se non è cerca per si usa dopo mai squeak because it finish now this one thing we brought it think it's 114 24 25 26 days sono che si usa lo sto codice il bisand piro se non è damage per si usa so since that amount let it I button inserted it's in the milk once again the milk so very good news. E quindi si è also the fact che breakfast, questo buono, se in particolare a me, no? Nel senso che se si pira il gioco più su Red Hulk in Mastonia, so of course I'm referring to the first time that period. And since I'm also che si toll di quella breakfast, questo è meglio, no?